joining us right now, Jay Haughton from the said Double J Sports. Are you in Kenora?
Yeah, actually, we just got here about half an hour ago. We're staying at an Airbnb just downtown. A mix of weather through from Saskatchewan through Manitoba, now in northwestern Ontario. So
you made it there in one piece, though. No tires or driving around Winnipeg. You never know, shock struts issues.
Hey, we were close because some of those roads, they're filled, like there's massive puddles and you don't know what's below the puddles. So luckily we were able to get out of there unscathed.
There's people living in those puddles in Winnipeg. It's the Pat Canadians at Regionals. First game tomorrow against Winnipeg. I'm going to catch up with head coach of the Pat C's, Ryan Hodgins, in hour 3. But this event, when I looked, and Ryan and I were talking about it yesterday, it's a Winnipeg Pat C's tournament to lose. Like Kenora Thunder Bay, to me on paper, they don't seem that strong. Or what are you seeing? What can you tell the listeners?
Well, when it comes to Kenora, kind of what I've seen, and we haven't covered watched a whole lot of the Manitoba League, but I know coming out of Kenora, they got two really good goaltenders. They got Morgan Blackwood and Brady Cates, and I think that both of them combined had over a 900, or both of them, had over a 900 save percentage, definitely. And Kenora had probably their best season in the last 5 years. So if their goaltenders are hot, especially playing either Winnipeg or Regina, they'll have a chance. And Thunder Bay, this is our third tournament now, and there are some kids on that team that last year's West Regional Tournament. I'm not sure. Like they had a rough season in that GTHL. It's a tough league, especially for them. They are lots of travel because from Thunder Bay all the way to the GTA, and they play 3-3s, and they're playing at like 10 a.m. It's like a minor hockey tournament. It feels like playing 3 or 4-3 or 3-3. It's tough, but I don't know much about Thunder Bay. It's hard to get some. For one, to watch them, and two, to figure out their stats. But I know that Thunder Bay always comes to play. They were able to knock down Brandon in regulation, their first regulation loss of the season last year at the West Regional Tournament, which was a sight to see. It's like that team, it's like they won the Stanley Cup. You know what? They didn't make it to the finals, but they beat Brandon in regulation, which had never been done before last year. And, obviously Winnipeg being the powerhouse that they are, they had a 25-game winning streak that was snapped in game 1 after game 1 of their second round series against the Bruins. They have Ludovic Perreault, who's a first rounder to Victoria, and as a 15-year-old led their team in scoring, had 22 points in 11 games in the playoffs. So to watch him and Maddox Schultz go at it, I think is going to be a great hockey game, and they're getting that out of the way first game tomorrow.
Does the format almost favor the underdogs, because all you have to do is catch lightning in a bottle? Like no round robin, it's just a straight. You can't really afford to lose.
I think this year's is. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, just like teams that are on the, like I said, the underdogs really have nothing to lose.
I think that you're right. This tournament does favor an underdog team because a lucky bounce one way or the other. They could be at 2-1 just like that. And you literally. I'm not sure if there's a tie-breaking scenario. There must be in this type of tournament. I have yet to see it. We've done 2 of them previous to this, and we haven't seen it yet. But yeah, it does definitely favor a team like Thunder Bay or Kenora that, could squeak out a win somewhere or the other. Lucky bounce, a hot goaltender, opportune scoring, anything of that nature and it's a very short tournament. You're playing potentially 4 games in 4 days. And it's very quick. And, if you lose your first game, it's tough to get back but yeah, I think you're right. I think it does favor the underdog in that type of situation.
The thing that you mentioned is goaltending. Anything like this, goaltending scares the living lick out of anyone that's ever had anything to do with hockey in kind of a 1 or a 2 game thing, right?
Oh yeah, like Jared and I were actually talking on the way out here that if any team could, any goaltender could steal a win in this tournament because it's very brief. None of these teams have ever played each other before, so it's a toss up. But like you said at the very beginning, on paper, this is Winnipeg and Regina's tournament to lose, but anything can happen in this small and quick of a tournament, like the West Regionals. It's not like Ontario that they have like 7 teams. It's very quick. It's done in a weekend, and it's anything can happen really.
The other thing too, I'll end it on this, is you've watched the Pat C's play. A lot of us have. Maddox Schultz is a generational talent. Pat C's are deep, right? Like they come at you with skill, and then they have a line or a line and a half that can just play absolutely greasy. And if you don't have your head up, you're going to get hurt. And then they have good goaltending and good defensemen. Like they're a well-rounded team. Maddox Schultz obviously is the name. They're good.
Oh, I'm the manager of the Moose Jaw Warriors, so I understand that that they are a deep team, and I'm not, they like that. Bouchard, Klapik, I think Lanigan might play on that line, their third line or second or 2A or whatever you want to call it. Like they can bang some, like, crush some heads, and they're very tenacious on the puck too. They don't like to give you a whole lot. And obviously on the back end, Eli Johnson, like, he is just incredible. He's out there in every situation possible. The thing that teams don't realize is you cannot take penalties against Regina. Their power play's too lethal. We were the victim of that. Teams all year have been the victim of that. But aside from that, playing the 5-on-5 game, they are, they got a lot of scoring, but they have a lot of guys that have worked for everything, all the points that they've gotten in the regular season and the playoffs, and, getting traffic in front of the net, banging home those loose pucks. That it's going to be interesting to see, a guy like Reed Bouchard playing, because he's an energy guy. He likes to get the energy level up, and that first 10 minutes of that game against Regina or Winnipeg tomorrow is going to be interesting, because I think those two teams are going to go at one another physically.
That's awesome. All right, Jay, thanks so much for making some time. Glad you got there safe. You guys get situated in that Airbnb. Maybe go out and go out and see the town tonight, the town of Kenora, Ontario.
Yeah. We're going to go out to this Greek place for dinner and then see where the night takes us. Thank you for having us.
Right on. Let your hair down. Right on.
Yeah.
Fellas are on the road.